Welcome back to the land of Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was originally released in 2011, but with a shiny new update for the Nintendo Switch, it's a perfect time for players to grab a Loftwing and fly into the world of Skyward Sword HD. If you're new to Skyward Sword, or perhaps returning since the Wii version, we've got your back with 11 quick tips that you need to know. Okay, so kicking off, cut the grass, break jars, catch insects, pick up flowers, and enemy drops. It goes without saying that this is standard Zelda fare, but it never hurts to drill this in. Grass and jars often hide rupees to buy new gear and hearts to replenish your health. You can also use rupees to buy the bug net from Beetle early in the game, which you can use to catch insects, which can then also be used for upgrading potions or sold to Strick in his room at the Knights Academy. Enemy drops can help to upgrade your items as well, particularly your shield, which is vital for combat. The game provides plenty to keep you going, so there's no need to farm or grind. Just enjoy the game and collect what you can along the way. Speaking of rupees, your wallet can only hold 300 at the beginning of the game. Upgrades will increase your wallet to be able to carry an additional 300 each time, so going from 300 to 600 and so on, which really comes in handy if you're collecting coins and opening goddess chests. There's nothing worse than finding a chest with a gold rupee valued at 300, only to find out that you are maxed out and that sweet income simply floated off into the ether.
Thank you!
A really cool mechanic in the game is the ability to sit on a chair or a stool, which will slowly heal your damaged hearts. So give yourself a break every now and then. You deserve it. If you're anything like me, then a huge appeal for the re-release of Skyward Sword is the addition of button controls. The only thing is that now you use the right analog stick swinging your sword, leaving the ZL button used to reset the camera and face forward. Well, did you know that you can simply hold L on the shoulder of the controller and use the right analog stick to move the camera free roam, just like nature intended? This handy little tip is a lifesaver and one of my favourite changes they've made to the game. Okay, so I know this sounds a little weird, but you either get this about the combat or you don't. The direction of your sword swing in Skyward Sword plays a huge deal as to whether you will succeed or be blocked. For new players, this can be a little bit intimidating, as you'll lose a lot of hearts and die early on if you can't get the hang of it. So if your enemy is blocking to the left, then swing left. What that means is your sword will swing from right to left, allowing you to hit the enemy. While some may find this second nature, it's only natural to think that you need to go the opposite way. I know I did when I first played, and understanding this basic principle makes combat far more enjoyable. So everybody loves free stuff, right?
Free goo.
After the initial scenes in the game, the player is prompted to get a shield and a health potion before heading out into the world, indicating that these items can be bought from the bazaar. But you can get yourself a head start by collecting a free shield in a glass jar. Simply head outside the academy and speak with Alan, who will kindly provide Link with a free shield. Nice! Then head to the bazaar and speak to Louv. Drum up some business for her potions. She will give Link a free jar just for trying to buy something. Do yourself a favour and buy a potion while you're there though. A sensible option early on is either a health potion or the revitalising potion, which can restore 4 hearts as well as healing your shield. Speaking of shields, they're an absolute must for dealing with the Octoroks in Farron Woods at the start of the game. Use the shield Deflect by using the motion controls, or clicking the left analog when using button controls. This will knock the Octorok projectiles back at them, so you can get on your way. You can also get your shield repaired or upgraded by speaking with Gondo at the scrap shop. For the very reasonable price of 10 rupees, Gondo will repair Link's shield, regardless of how much damage it's taken. He also offers upgrades such as durability for your shield, as well as other upgrades that Link can use on items he collects along his journey. Also be sure to grab an iron shield before you head off to the Elden region. Wooden shield does not last long with enemies that use fire.
The beetle.
This is an item that you'll get early on that's extremely useful. While you're introduced to the item initially to help solve puzzles, the game does provide you hints that can also be used to collect items such as rupees and hearts. But the beetle is also a very useful ally when it comes to combat. Deku barbers, those nasty, hungry plants with teeth, can be a pain at the best of times, particularly challenging when they're hanging from the ceiling. The beetle can make short work of them by cutting them off at the stem. It's oddly satisfying and an example of another side tip I did want to mention. There are sometimes multiple ways to defeat enemies, so think outside the box. A perfect example is using bombs to take out the magma or electric spumes. Nasty little buggers they are. Another really cool feature of the game is that you can sleep in any bed, changing the environment to night, which changes character locations, enabling alternative quests and opportunities. The first time I explored at night, I thought it would be a really good idea to leap off the edge and onto my Loftwing to see the wider world at night. And then this happened. Yep. Flying in Skyward Sword is limited to daytime only, so taking a leap of faith is going to leave you in need of rescue. Sadly, I hate to say it, but I did try this more than a few times, thinking I was not calling my Loftwing properly or missing something, but no. If you want to be somewhere during the night cycle, you'll need to go to that location and sleep. Trust me. Just like in Breath of the Wild, the bombs are my absolute favourite thing in the game. Once you get the bomb bag, you can collect them and keep a stock, which is handy for a number of reasons, such as killing enemies. Bombs can be thrown or rolled by either using the motion controls or the right analog stick facing different directions. But a massive tip for new players to the game is to look out for cracks in the walls where a bomb may open up a new pathway. This knowledge is vital for a few of the temples that Link will come across, revealing a new way forward when all paths are exhausted. If you get stuck and you don't know where to go next, check your map. Odds are that there is a path that leads to a wall or somewhere in particular where a well-placed bomb will often make the difference between progression and frustration. So my final tip is to take the time to enjoy your journey. The Legend of Zelda games have always been about that sense of adventure and discovery, and there's plenty to find along the way, and sometimes the best stories are those that you make on your own. In preparing for this video, I happened across these awesome little guys who joined in a skydive circle. It was amazing and totally unexpected, but it made me love the game a little more than I already did. With so many weird and wonderful secrets in the game, I guarantee you will have plenty of discoveries along your adventure that will provide you with a sense of achievement, or maybe even just give you a smile on a day where you really need it. So that's 11 quick tips to help get you going in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Good luck on your adventure, and if you liked the video, a like or subscribe is always appreciated. Thanks for being amazing, and I'll see you next time.